First, appreciate all you being on here. I thought a great college basketball game. It's too bad the rack wasn't full of our fans. It would have been an unbelievable environment. Illinois is really, really good. Coach Underwood's done a great job building that program. Tremendous respect for him as a coach and the players and their program. So anytime you could get a win, against a team like that, it's a good day. But I thought our guys played hard. I thought they played the whole game. It was definitely a 40-minute game. Put 91 points on the board for us is a good sign for us moving forward. But we turned our attention quickly to a really good Ohio State team that we have to jump on a plane and go play. So we'll enjoy this for a few minutes and be on to the next one.
Thanks, Coach. We can start off with questions from Jerry.
Steve, when you fell down by 11, what was the single biggest thing that turned the game around in your mind?
I think, we just settled in. It's not really a big deal. I don't ever get to, we could score this year. We can defend. It's a couple possessions, and I thought we were getting some good looks. I like the fact that we didn't turn the ball over tonight. I thought that was huge for us, and we were doing a good job on the glass. So those were the two things in every timeout I was most concerned with. I wasn't concerned with, being up or down at any point in time. I knew how this team would play. I knew Illinois would give us 40 minutes of a war. And, we just had to be at the end of the, 1 point better, and we were fortunate to be that.
We can go to Bobby Dillon and then Brian Fonseca.
Steve, how is Cliff doing, and what can you tell us about his injury?
I don't know a lot. He's in the training room right now, so it's his knee, and we'll get it checked out tomorrow, and we're hoping like heck that he's good.
Steve, Miles Johnson playing in how do you think Miles played defending Coburn? And other injury news, how is Moab Mag doing? I saw he didn't play, he had a groin slip.
Yeah, Moab sprained his ankle practice. He'll be fine, but he has to go through the rehab too. Coburn is really good, and it's a tough guy to guard. Thought he and Cliff did a really good job all night. He's really the most physical player maybe in the country. He's huge and he's talented. So, Miles sleep well tonight, and I thought all of our guys did a good job. I thought we did a good job of converging to coming down and helping. They have really good players. I thought we did a good job on Io too. And his numbers are unbelievable, but did think we made his life, difficult. And I was most worried about Trent Frazier too, because everyone talks about they're big too, but Trent Frazier's 1,200 points career guy going into his senior year, so he's been a really good player too, and obviously he played really well. So they got good players. You worry about them all. Most excited that we were able to out-rebound them, and we took care of the basketball, and I thought those were two huge keys. But Miles was really good, and continues to be really good, and we need him to be.
We can go to Richie and then Chris Nowalski.
Hey, Coach, can you talk a little bit more about Jacob Young's game? I know he kind of pretty much carried the offense in the first half, it seemed like.
Well, first of all, he's in the gym all the time. He took on the task. He wanted to guard, Io, and he had to guard Corbello too. He was a good Trent Frazier. He had to guard a lot of people. I love his energy. Obviously, love his defense, but he tip of the hat. He's gotten better. He watches a lot of film. He's practicing well, and he's probably one of the fastest guards in the country. So, and I think you saw with Geo today, back, with another week under his belt and stuff. Those guys with Montez and Paul, and those guys are all different, and they're all very valuable.
Hey, Coach. I know the other day you talked about Illinois and the way they rebound the ball. You guys out-rebounded them today. What did you guys see from your team in that area?
Well, it was huge. They're plus 17 on the glass, so they're one of the leading rebound teams in the country. So we harped on it. The guys, my staff did a good job of preparing the guys, and we went head to head with them on the backboards. We pride ourselves in being a good, good rebounding team too. I was excited. We got 15 offensive rebounds, a good number, against them. But I think our guys understood the scouting report, and they tried to do the things that we asked them to do, and they come away with a nice win against a really, really good team.
Go over to Aaron Berman.
Coach, you always talk about the little things that Paul Mulcahy does to help you win. So talk about his extended minutes in the second half today, and it seemed like after he drew that flagrant foul, it kind of was a little bit of a momentum builder for you guys, and just what he was able to do for you.
Yeah, I mean, Paul does. He does a lot of winning things, as you see, and then down the stretch, making all his free throws too. We shot the ball really well from the foul line to kind of wrap up the game, but. He rebounds, he gets assists, he draws some tough defensive assignments. He's a really good rotation guy. He directs out there. He gives us some direction too at times, and I can kind of move him around. So Paul has, done a really, really good job of helping us in a lot of areas. And sometimes those areas don't show up, in the box score. But he's tough, and he does winning things, and you saw that today.
Take another question from Jerry.
Steve, this is now 2 home games where your team has played really well with no one in the stands. And I know you've mentioned how great it would be to have people there, but what do you think of the way they've responded and self-started in these situations?
Well, I like our bench a lot, keeps them very involved. I'll give, Caleb McConnell a tip of the hat, and Luke Nathan, those guys, great energy, and they, Nick Brooks, they do a really good job. Daniel and Aiden, they do a good job, first of all, simulating the other team in practice, but then they bring great energy, to us, and we got to bring it ourselves. I'm thankful we got more of a veteran team than we've had in the past, because they're motivated, to play basketball. But those guys give us great energy, and we need that. And today was no different. I thought our bench was really good.
We go to Bobby and then Matt Manley.
Steve, can you talk about Geo's presence? I know he didn't have a huge scoring night, but just having him out there, how much does that help you guys in a game like this?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's, to get Geo back and have a week of practice. Again, he missed 18 days of practice, so to get him back in rhythm and for a game like this, so important. But you saw, he had 5 assists. He leads us in assists. He has 1 turnover. He has 2 steals. He does a lot of things. He makes free throws, too, at the end. His veteran presence is missed, and we can move him around too, with Jacob and Paul and the guards that we have. So his versatility helps us in a lot of ways. But his maturity, he's been in big games. He wants the ball at the end, and you can't put a price tag on those qualities and the amount of minutes that he has played here.
Matt Manley, Short Sports.
Yeah, Steve. Just 2 quick questions about the defense. You mentioned having to kind of use a lot of different guys in a team effort to guard Io. Maybe you could just kind of walk through some of the guys who you thought stood out. And then the other one was just they shot 5 for 9 from 3 in the first half, and they didn't even take one until like the 5-minute mark. Did you guys talk about running at the shooters a little bit more and taking that away?
I mean, one of the important tasks in this game, they get to the free throw line a lot, so you can't defend the foul line. So I thought we did a great job, especially in the second half, of not fouling, putting them to the line, stopping the action. So I thought that was a huge key. But, everyone got IO. I mean, Jacob Young started with him. He wanted the assignment, and then Montez always gets him. So Montez quickly into that role. And then Geo and Ron, too, sat down and had to guard him sometimes on some switch-offs and what have you. So, I mean, you got to guard him with your team. I mean, he's obviously a really talented player and can really score in a lot of different ways. So you have to do, a great job with team defense. But, I think, Jacob Young and Montez are really good defenders, and Ron too. And, Geo's got that craftiness of a veteran too on the defensive end, and obviously see what, Miles can do. Some guys that when they put their minds to it, they can really defend, and you needed that tonight. And Illinois averages 88. We didn't hold them under their average, but we kept them at their average. And after getting off to a tough start, we did a good job, especially in the second half.
got time for two more for Coach. We'll go to Matt Sugam and then Brian Fonseca.
Yeah, Steve, when you come in with the expectations like you guys had with a top 25 ranking, how important was it to start the season off like you guys have 6-0, 2-0 in the Big Ten?
Yeah, I mean, we don't spend a lot of time, quite honestly, on that stuff. I think our guys know how good Illinois is. I think they know we got 4 more ranked teams in the next 5 games or so. So, I mean, in our league, you're always playing, ranked teams. That's the league that we're in, and we don't spend a lot of time talking about those expectations. Just we talk about what we need to do to win that next game, and and I tell our guys all the time, don't read the clippings. Just stay focused on the next game and understand what we have to do. And they've been really mature like that, so we got to keep that up.
Steve, I know you take it one game at a time, and you don't really like reading clippings, but you guys just beat the Big Ten favorites at home. You showed a lot of people nationally, how good you guys are. Was there any extra celebration in the locker room? Was there anything different about it? Was there any added?
No, I mean, we try to enjoy our wins. We always try to enjoy a win. I don't care who we play. It's hard to win a college basketball game. Thankful the game went off, with all the cancellations. I'm thankful that Illinois got here, safely and did the protocol. And, so after the game, you always try to enjoy wins. They're hard to get. They're really hard to get in the Big Ten. But we have a couple days now to flip the switch and go to Ohio State. So our guys will enjoy, like I said, and I want them to enjoy. They earned it, and they earned a good rest too. And we'll move on. I know you guys don't like to hear that, but that's how I kind of am.
Thanks, Coach. We're going to let Coach go on that. We'll bring in some student athletes for you.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you.